Welcome everyone, my name is Randy McAllister and this is my action research project. For my project I focused on using sport to build character and develop life skills to help better the student in the classroom. Through my research I have found that sport has been known to have a profound effect on youth and adolescents. It has been known to foster character development, life skills, and values while promoting healthy living and positive life choices. Sport and physical activity, such as formal team games, have proven to build on respect for self and others, responsibility, trustworthiness, good citizenship, moral value, judgment, interpretation, choice, and implementation, as well as communication, cooperation, teamwork, self-esteem, honesty, tolerance, discipline, confidence, resilience, and leadership. I have found that all of these skills and characteristics can be transferred into the classroom to help make a better student. So, my core values are leadership, passion, motivation, and dedication, because I believe these are the things that shape me as an educator and as my approach to research. I envision myself as a motivational, dedicated, and passionate leader. I want to inspire my students to use my story to motivate them. I want to be an example that anyone can overcome hardships to accomplish their goals and aspirations. I'll teach my students about dedication and passion so they are able to conquer all of their goals and be leaders in life, spearheading their education with passion. As I stated before, I am interested in the effects that sport and physical activity can have on students with regards to building character and developing life skills. I believe that you can build an endless amount of skills and values through sport, creating better athletes and scholars. My official action research question is, can sport and physical activity develop life skills, build character, and better engage students in the classroom? In my time in various classrooms, I have found that student athletes are typically better disciplined when it comes to academics and schoolwork. They are stronger leaders in the classroom and in the school, and they have a greater level of respect towards their peers and teachers. I believe that students who struggle in the classroom can learn how to be better students through sports and organized games. I found this quote and thought it was very fitting for my research project. So Plato states that he who is only an athlete is too crude, too vulgar, too much of savage. He who is a scholar only is too soft, too effeminate. The ideal citizen is the scholar athlete, the man of thought and the man of action. A few terms that I found give a good background on this project are youth development program, or program in general. When using that term throughout this process, I am speaking about a program that typically is run through a school or a recreation center where youth of all ages, typically ages 10 to 18, have a safe space to be involved in various sports and organized games. Activities included are generally oriented towards youth development through sport and recreation, social life, prevention, intervention, and education. Also, organized games. Organized games consist of athletics or sports as organized in a school, or various games that have rules and regulations such as dodgeball. Another term that may come to light is troubled youth. So this term, troubled youth, is used to define a wide array of behavioral or emotional problems among adolescents. Some troubled youth have mental health issues like depressive disorders or ADHD that interfere with their daily functioning. Also, at-risk youth. An at-risk youth is one who is less likely to transition into adulthood successfully. Success is frequently defined as the ability to avoid crime, achieve academic success, and become financially independent. Personal experience that I struggled in school with acceptable classroom behavior in academics, but getting involved in school sports and taking part in various physical activities, I was able to find a positive outlet for aggression and learn some very important core values. Although I would focus my research on troubled students, I do believe that all students can benefit from being involved in organized games and sport. If students are more engaged in the classroom, they are more likely to be successful and build positive social relationships. review, I looked at 5 different articles supporting my idea. The first being written from Perkins and Naom, and they believe that sport has the potential to be advantageous in many ways. One of these ways is its use in youth development programs. The skills learned through sport can range from physical fitness and coordination to leadership and communication. Perkins and Naom explain that physical fitness should be considered only one out of many possibilities, benefits that can result from involvement in sport. In sport-based youth programs, sport can often be the secondary goal, while life lessons are the focus. Opportunities for youth to work together to accomplish goals with peers and adults are often missed in a typical classroom setting. It's something Perkins and Naom truly believe. In Kwok's article, Sport and Development, an overview, critique, and reconstruction, they believe that sport can help not only develop physical fitness, but it can harness many critical aspects of life. It is the very nature sport is about participation. It is about inclusion and citizenship, and brings individuals and communities together. Physical activity provides a forum to learn skills such as discipline, confidence, and leadership, and teaches core principles such as tolerance, cooperation, and respect. All things that are seen as good skills for every student to have. Written by Jesser, very closely relates. He believes that sport teaches the value of effort and how to manage victory as well as defeat. That's a good skill to have both in the classroom and outside. When these positive aspects of sport are emphasized, it becomes a powerful tool. These types of skills transfer into the classroom and inevitably into their everyday life, making them better students and better citizens. Wordsworth and Conroy, in their article, Youth Sport as a Component of Organized After-School Programs, believe that there's not enough after-school programs that support organized games in sport and focus too much on academics. They found that professionals currently believe that a mix of academics and physical activity will be more successful than academics alone. Engaging students in sport and organized games has been proven to help foster academics and better the student in the classroom setting. Engaging students in organized games also keeps them occupied during hours that they are unsupervised and most likely to get in trouble. This is a statement looking specifically at the at-risk youth and also troubled youth. I looked at an article that focused on disaffection and antisocial behavior in youth. These authors found that studies suggest that physical activity and sport programs benefit youth who show signs of antisocial behavior. There also seem to be many factors that relate to and impact this relationship. So establishing and sustaining relationships between peers and leaders, such as teachers, seem to be a way to maximize the potential of a program. So teachers and leaders who are dealing with disaffected or antisocial youth should aim to match the needs of the student with the program goals. It will also be beneficial for these youth to work with others and to have opportunities to participate in activities outside a standard school setting, such as the classroom. By engaging in sports and physical activity, these youth are able to build on many of the social skills they lack as communication, cooperation, and healthy relationship skills. For my research, I focused on using qualitative data. I focused on using 3 different types of qualitative data: journal/diaries, anecdotal notes, and video recordings. So, for the reflective journals, they will be written by the students. So I'm interested in knowing if students believe that they are building character and learning transferable life skills while being engaged in the sport and physical activity. I'm interested in the way they think they're improving as individuals and how they feel. For my anecdotal notes, those will be completed by me as a researcher and any other members of staff that are taking part in this research project. So as a researcher, I'm observing the students' behaviors and attitudes in the classroom and on the playing field. And I'm also looking to see if there's a correlation between their personal journal and my anecdotal notes. Lastly, I will use video recordings to see the students in their truest form, because I'm interested in getting a completely unbiased outlook on how the students are being affected. So I'm interested in seeing how they interact with one another on the playing field, and what they show will be their true intentions. I will have students make journal entries weekly, depending on how much they take part in the organized game and or sport activities. I personally will be taking anecdotal notes daily, constantly observing student engagement and attitude in the classroom and on the playing field. And for video recordings, they will be done bi-weekly or monthly to track the change over time, to be used in relation to their journals and to my anecdotal notes. So by using the 3 types of qualitative data I chose, I was able to ensure validity, reliability, and truthfulness. For my reflective journal, or the students' reflective journals, that allows me to gain insight on the student and how they feel. It is completely free of bias from me, the researcher. My anecdotal notes allows me, the researcher, to document things as they happen, allowing for specific data collection in daily activities. And the video recordings allow for the researcher to gather data in its purest form, being completely free of bias. It allows for the researcher to revisit specific incidences and occurrences. Together, these 3 forms of data collection allow the researcher to get a full perspective of student growth. They also allow the researcher to gather in data on how the student feels, they are developing or not, and what I am seeing as a researcher. These 3 forms complement each other very well and allow for a very diverse collection of data. Participants and settings will be, the participants will be the students that are providing the feedback via the reflective journal and completed during class time. That will contribute to the students' language grades, so they don't feel as though they're being forced to do extra work. The colleagues will be myself, the researcher, and any volunteers with the program. And the researcher, myself, or the research will be taking place in the classroom and on the playing fields. So my research plan is to run from September to April, and I will be taking anecdotal notes 2 to 3 times a week or daily, depending on what I see in the classroom or on the playing field. Students will be doing their journals reflections weekly at the end of each week to reflect on the character and life skill development they feel as though they've achieved, if any. And recordings will be bi-weekly or monthly from the month September to April. I have looked at many ethical considerations, and I will ensure the confidentiality and privacy by keeping all findings anonymous and making all parties involved sign a clause to keep all information confidential. I will also be sure that all parties involved with the study are well aware of what I am trying to learn through the research and how this information can be beneficial to the world of education. All video footage will only be seen and analyzed by me, the researcher, and if any footage was to be used for public viewings, I would be sure to have verbal and written agreement with everyone in the recordings. So this project, I'm looking at building better students. Through the process of this Axum research, I have learned that there's an extraordinary amount of planning that goes into the process like this one. The research that I have found supports my idea that getting students involved in sport and organized games does in fact develop life skills and build character. It also creates better students in the classroom setting. This directly supports my knowledge of teaching and core values as an educator and as a leader. Thank you for watching.